to me, when we're looking at winners and losers, you can't get no bigger right now than Jalen Carter going to the Philadelphia Eagles. And then they sprinkle in a little Nolan Smith on the back end. That's the part to me that's like, wow, because Jalen Carter, we thought about it. You know, it was something I talked about here. Like, man, if they could find a way to get Jalen Carter, once it was clear that, you know, Carter was going to fall down draft boards for whatever reason. Again, you know, we had people trying to explain the way of how Jalen Carter, why he fell because of, you know, his lethargic pro day, not wanting to talk to teams in the top 10. And I'm like, that to me does not really signify the real Jalen Carter. The man was just involved in an accident that killed a teammate and a team staffer. Could he be grieving? But no, because it's football and everything is football mentality, which is war mentality, and you have to have blinders on 24/7. No, now he comes tumbling down draft boards because he's an actual human and doesn't care about, you know, his pro day, because the man was a part of something that took away the lives of two people that he knew personally. But because of that football war mentality, he falls right into the Eagles' lap, and the Eagles just keep building out that dominant D-line. Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Graham, Jordan Davis last year, Nakobe Dean last year, Jalen Carter this year, and oh, by the way, let's scoop up on the back end, Nolan Smith as well. There is a priority that the Eagles have that other teams are refusing to follow. If I'm a team in that division, or if I'm a team in the NFC, you have to start paying attention and maybe need to start blocking them from getting these players. The fact that the Bears moved back one spot just to scoop up an extra fourth rounder to allow the Eagles to get Jalen Carter when they could use Jalen Carter? Ridiculous to me. Yes, they need an offensive line help. Yes. And it's arguable if Wright is the correct pick at offensive tackle at 10. But you allowed a team that's in your conference to get better at a spot where they already had a strength at. Everyone and their mama knew if Jalen Carter gets close enough, the Eagles are going to do it. And Corey's in the chat early. How does Howie do it? Howie as in Howie Roseman. He does it because everyone else, no one cares about the trenches no more. He is bringing an old school philosophy into the evolutionized, modernized football. But even in this evolutionized, modernized football, the old school part still matters. You still need a good offensive line. You still need a good defensive line. And he has made it a priority. And we saw the stat last night during the draft coverage, and salute to y'all that pulled up for the watch along for the NFL draft, where Howie Roseman to this day has never drafted a running back, a cornerback, a tight end, or a linebacker in the first round. Now, you can argue about Nolan Smith, but they're going to use him as edge, so he kind of still gets to keep that streak alive. But in regards to that, shows you the positions that he feels are devalued. He's not going to waste, even though I would have loved to see if Jalen Carter's not there, if he would have took Bijan, like I believe Corey said he confirmed in the chat. But anyway, I would love to have seen if Jalen Carter wasn't there, what the move was going to be. Would Bijan have been so special in his eyes that he would have had to buck his own trend of never taking a running back in the first round? But Jalen Carter was there. The Bears gift wrapped him just to get a fourth round pick. Imagine giving up a 10. No, I'm not going to jump out the window and say Jalen Carter's going to be a Hall of Fame player, but understand when you put him around Fletcher Cox, Hassan Reddick, Graham, Nakobe Dean, and Jordan Davis, how can he not flourish? Because you're not putting all the pressure on him. He gets to come in and be a guy. He gets to be in a rotation.